system that is valid to fight for counties to be able to get money.
All right. And speaking of statutory deductions, I had glanced at it, so to speak, a little earlier, and that is on page 23 of the Daily Nation. Counties on the spot over 65.7 billion shillings statutory dues. Failure to remit employees' deductions jeopardizes their lives after retirement. At a glance, 85 billion shillings. 10 counties account for lion's share of the debt, standing at 59.98 billion shillings. And I'll come to that when I ask, you know, what are the contributory factors? What is behind this cash crunch that counties are experiencing? But before you answer that question, Kwame, my first one is this: when civil servants' salaries were delayed, and we made a lot overdue about it last month, and we said it was unprecedented. I don't know how true that statement was or factual. In actual fact, but is this unprecedented, or is this just business as usual? This delay in the disbursement of funds to the counties for, in this case, 3 months. But I remember, was it this month or early this month or last month, Anwar Guru had actually said they haven't received money since December.
Yeah, I mean, counties receive money on a schedule, quarterly or a little sooner. It's not unprecedented. In the sense, it's not unprecedented in the sense that sometimes counties don't receive money because they have certain obligations. Say, for instance, they haven't entered everything so that the control of budget could clear and actually have them receive money. So there's a difference between not receiving money because an administrative step has not been undertaken. What we have here is serious, and in my view, it's not passed, and it's not passing soon. We need to be careful and honest with ourselves because there's no money to disburse. So when you have when the vault is empty, is very different from, look, we can't open the vault because you have not filled in your forms. It's like going to the bank and saying you filled in your forms, but something isn't right. You have to bring your ID and stuff like that. But what we have today is because there's insufficient money in the first place to actually distribute it. And so what are governors and the officers doing? They're delaying salaries. In some places, they're asking workers not to come in. Of course, projects that were supposed to be undertaken are also being delayed. So that's a very, very significant one. And in my view, I mean, it's unprecedented. Of course, devolution policy started in 2013. So obviously, this is the first time when we heard that this is not a crunch related to the fact that one county or the other has not adhered with administrative steps. This is just because, yes, there isn't money. And so obligations that county governments have, which are the regular obligations, paying salaries and obviously meeting other objectives, providing frontline services, and doctors and health workers are actually saying that, look, we are going to have to not go to work because even if we go there, there's no possibility of achieving what we need to do. So that's it. That definitely is unprecedented, and this is certainly not a really, really good signal. And it actually shows it's not just a county problem. When health workers are not coming to work, you'll actually see the disease burden and the pain among Kenyans who depend on public services going down there. So yes, that's unprecedented.
All right. So what does that mean for us as a nation? Because you're saying it'll get worse.
Yes.
So what can we do in this case? What specifically, what are the options available to these county governments? But before then, Senator Okech, the Deputy President met these councils